distributing work in the film industry, and the future revolves around digital methods. In the past, when you wanted to distribute your film work, you had to turn to distribution companies, which often wanted all rights, including all digital distribution rights, as Orley states in his article. Now in the future, we have many more abilities to get our content to a mass market via digital distribution method. Sites such as Synovu are in the works and promise to provide a distribution method for everybody's indie film. Shortly, we will be able to create movies and bypass the struggle of making contacts in distant cities and working our way up the ladder to become established just to release our indie film. Soon, we can distribute our works to the masses for a fee, which we can name, and best of all, we retain all rights to our media, and it's all quite simple. The internet will further our needs as filmmakers to target specific audiences as well. We can target audiences via search engines such as Google using AdWords. We can specify the search criteria for when our media should show. This continues to make distribution a breeze. We now have a targeted audience that we can be more confident in advertising to. This limits the amount of funds wasted in advertising by a large margin. Technology is fast changing and it's working to support indie filmmakers and will only make distribution easier in the future. And these are key areas that we should begin to capitalize on now, so moving ahead, when it becomes mainstream in the future, we're ready to move ahead with the new technology that's on the horizon.
How do I effectively distribute my work? That is a serious question to ask when trying to promote your music. It can be a simple thing, or it can be the hardest thing to do. First, you must identify your intended audience. This would include 1. Age. Are you focused on the younger generation, the older, or those in between? Or 2. Culture. Which genre are you catering to? In getting your work to the younger generation, you must become knowledgeable about the different avenues the younger generation uses. Not only that, you must get familiar with the type of music the younger generation prefers to listen to. When trying to reach the older generation, you must understand the preferred music styles and music outlets. It will be harder to get your music to the older generation by having it played in the local club. When trying to reach those in between, you must understand what their preferred venues are. Should you take your rock music to a venue where country music is expected? Take advantage of all technology available, but remember, just because it's widely available doesn't mean it is widely used. The point is, the best way to distribute your work is to become familiar with your audience. This would include knowing what type of music they prefer, what type of venues they frequent, and what they would consider the most intriguing, inspiring, and/or touching. Learn your audience and you will better understand how to distribute your work.
In Shaping the Future, 7 Predictions for the Creative Community, author Scott Bledsky talks about the rise of online networks and project management and collaboration tools that empower creative professionals and bring a new era of independence. He goes as far as saying that remarkable talent is emerging from all corners of the globe, but that the talent no longer has to work for anyone anymore. And in this era of distributed creative production, top talent will be able to work on their terms. As a writer, I am fortunate enough to have many different ways to distribute my content and to really get it out to the people. Whether I'm using sites like freelancer.com to find work, or posting articles on websites like Bitmob that focus specifically on a niche area, in this case the video game industry. However you decide, you can always find a way to get your content out to people. On top of this, we're also fortunate enough to have programs and social network uses like Twitter, in which we can post our articles and get more people to read them and get more of a following as we continue to create. And as we continue to build this following, our name becomes bigger and we create more draw. And this is the future of distributing your creative work as a writer. And it is something that I've learned to embrace, and it's something that all writers will need to embrace in the future. The future of the written word is digital.
Thank you.